Hi, and welcome back to my channel, White Star Essence, where we talk about our essence selves and the one reality that we all live within. So, you are a pure being of love and of light that is at one with pure loving divinity. You are not separate from that. You are alive and one with it. And so is everyone else, every being. We all live in this one reality, exist in this one reality together. One thing I want to talk about is the veil of death, because it touches all of us, especially on a planet like this one. It can have a strong sense of reality to it, and it can affect us in many ways. But as our essence selves, we're completely untouched and unaffected by death. And the more of us that realize that, well, it can just change everything around you, not to mention your own personal experience, how you experience your essence self, and how realized you are in the freedom of yourself. So, a little bit about death. Death is definitely not real. It does appear to be real on a planet like this one. It can seem to be very real. But the majority of beings on this planet are still pretty focused on the physical and don't have much of a reference for things beyond the physical, which adds an added seeming reality to the physical, and that goes hand in hand with making death seem real. So when you have a reference for something beyond the physical, because the physical really is very small compared to the non-physical, and there's many non-physical realms, many beautiful realms. I'm sure many of you have experienced those. Perhaps you remember living in these realms before, and you've had some really amazing experiences and memories of various really lovely places. So that's a good thing. If you have that, that will definitely help give you a reference for something other than this world, this third dimensional earth realm, which has a lot of beauty within it. So let's just feel for a moment the veil of death. It's if you look at it, it is just a concept, a thought structure, and there's many ways to talk about it. One thing is that those concepts and structures about death can be kind of rooted in fear or just conditioning. And if you feel death, a fear of death, or a loved one dying, and you let yourself feel that, what you're really feeling is, and it doesn't feel peaceful, is the density of a veil. And that's one thing that can give it a reality, is that maybe we're feeling that density without being aware of it, and that can also help give it a reality. So one thing to notice, if you like this topic and you want to feel into it more for yourself, kind of elevate your vibration so you have separation from it, so you can experience yourself as your essence self and know that you exist in a reality right here, right now, that is beyond death. You can sit with your feelings towards death, anything, thoughts or fears or ideas you have about what it might be like, what you fear it might be like, And just explore that some. And then watch for those dense feelings and let them come up. Let yourself acknowledge them. And wherever you feel like a density or a discomfort, allow the light of your essence self to touch that. And just watch and see what happens. See if it dissipates, it thins. Maybe you'll feel like an unraveling feeling or a swirling. And so whatever your personal experience is, your being is going to, the intelligence of your being is going to have a unique way of kind of transforming those veils that have been in your psyche, giving false realities to unpleasant thoughts and concepts like death. And another thing is, if you've had someone close to you pass away, family member, friend, could be a human family member or friend, a canine family member or friend, a feline family member or friend, any being that's been in your life that is appearing to no longer be here. You want to really honor your experience of grief, if you have that, or if there's more that hasn't been worked through. You can acknowledge those feelings, explore those feelings, look for any beliefs that are coming up in response to the absence of someone's physical presence, or what those feelings of loss might mean for you. And when you're dealing with grief, we definitely always want to really honor all of our feelings. And when you as you're doing that, do whatever feels right to you. But at the end of that, or during that, or on its own, spend some time acknowledging that this loved one is an essence self, ultimately, and that they cannot die, and feel that, and see if you can feel where you are with them in the one reality now. See if you can have a sense of that you exist in the one reality with them, always together. You can never actually be separate from them. So that's a good thing to do. And there's more I could say about death, but I think that's a good start. I'm sure some of you have had many different kinds of personal experiences with death. I will just add that another experience, if you had this one, of being with someone while they appear to be passing, can be really profound experience that touched a lot of people deeply that have had that. And in that moment where it's profound and timeless, that's an opening there to go beyond the veil of death and really realize, feel your essence self, their essence selves, and the one reality. I know some people have had those experiences very similar to when someone's passing. If they've been present for a birth, can also feel quite the same. And that is because the veils are thinned. We're not so much living in the concept of time, and those awarenesses, that proximity, that intimacy of the essence self, the one reality, they're more palpable there. also points away from the physical realm as being the dominant kind of one reality experience that many of us have experienced it that way at some point in our lives and maybe still do. And certainly we've been told that it's a dominating kind of one reality, that's it thing. So it's not true. And there's all sorts of levels of consciousness of the beings on this planet, and we can acknowledge those levels and see, and there's really nothing wrong with it. Sometimes we can get upset by people, but that's really just pointing to a veil within ourselves that deserves to be honored and worked through. And then we can be free from that as our essence selves. So that would probably be another good video to make, is talking about when we can get upset about something and how to be free from that. And then we can just, as our essence self, lovingly witness what is going on around us, and neutrally, lovingly witnessing the consciousness level of others around us. So, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or would like me to talk about this more, or maybe I could make like a meditation around releasing the veil of death, transcending through the veil of death, and kind of the alchemical aspects of transformation and transcendence, when our light beings touch these veils and can make them disappear. If you're interested in anything like that, or you have anything else you'd like to share, any questions, please feel free to comment on this video. I just want to say how much I honor you, I love you, and I see you, and I'm just delighted to be here talking about this with you. I'm so glad that you're here, and I just know that you're doing great work, and great things are going to happen from these conversations. So be well, and thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again soon.